Well, people, thanks to Caitlin Hughes, we got to take a look at the premiere. This is a new film from Christopher Bouckoms and Sam Pezzullo. They wrote and directed. They also produced the film alongside. They produced. Then you've got Alan Sipos, Corey Choi, Kirsten Kersey, Wendy Federman, Joe Fusco, Lisa Gallo, Ricky Kane Larimer, Nina Lezovoy, and David Thompson, executive producing, with Kate Kelly and Mark Axelwitz as associate producers. Michael Candelori is on cinematography. We have got yeah, the information is a bit sparse, but yes, we have those people involved. Our cast, right? So Sam, as well as co-writing and directing and producing, he also stars in the film as himself, right? Sam Pezzolo. We've also got Alan Sepos as Alan, Kirsten Carice as Kirsten, Wendy Federman as Wendy, Lisa Gallo is Lisa Marie. We have Jacqueline Murphy as Jacqueline. Marissa Rubin plays Natalia. Jenny Ruza is Officer Ruza. We've also got Officer Dorothy, played by Timothy Dorothy. And Christina Brown is Chris Brown. Right, so that's a lot of the cast. Again, there's the information isn't that well put together, but anyway, right. So this is a fresh twist on the mockumentary format. Sam is a painfully narcissistic theatre producer attempting to realize a delusional creative vision, a musical version of his favourite movie, Scream, staged at Bay Street Theatre in Sag Harbor, with an accompanying documentary chronicling what he believes will be an iconic journey. Along the way, he clashes with quirky characters played by beloved real-life locals to awkward and outrageous results. Drawing inspiration from cringe comedy classics and crafted largely through improvisation, the premiere is a keen satire about the Hamptons with a biting love letter to the community at its core. So that is what the film is about. Now, I think, you probably have to know the Hamptons to know, how well it bites at the community and all of that kind of thing. I think a lot of people just look at this for the film it is, right? And it's amusing. You know what I mean? We have this guy who is looking to make this musical about Scream. And, it starts off because he's talking about this. Sorry, people. He starts off talking about this whole process and what he's aiming to do and all of this. And you think, okay, right. Like, it sounds like, he knows what he's doing. And then there's an investor meeting, and it's kind of clear he probably does not, right? He probably doesn't not. And then as the film goes on, you kind of figure out that this guy has absolutely no clue, about copyright. Firstly, there is all of that, and licensing, which is kind of crazy. Right? That we have all of this, which it is funny, right? It's funny like the first couple of times, but then you kind of think to yourself, okay, you can't think that he doesn't know, right? Because we get to a bit in the film where he's talking about pings, right? So he knows about pings, but he doesn't know about copyright and licensing. And you do kind of think that there's some things that are ridiculous and silly and crazy and all of that, right? And when it happens, it will make you smile. But you do think that it's hard to believe that this person wouldn't know that. Now, you would believe that their hubris thinks that they're fine to do it anyway, right? That you could go, yeah, I feel that this is the person that would probably believe that, right? So those kind of things that you would believe. But there are some things that you do kind of think, I'm not sure about that. But aside from, those type of things, yeah, we're having this guy on this journey about, firstly, making a musical, as well as a documentary about him making a musical, which is just like, what are you doing? And that's amusing. It's funny because, we just had the found footage film, right? We literally, that was last month, I think it was, wasn't it? Last month we looked at that one. Which did do a similar thing. Right? And it worked in that, and it does work. It does work in this. I do think that found footage was maybe the stronger affair, just because I think in that one everything is like, you don't necessarily have the thought that, wait, are you telling me that they don't know about this? You know what I mean? So in what was it, the found footage, the making of the Patterson Project, you do completely like buy what kind of nonsense that they're doing, but it is it is a device that does work, and I think Sam and everyone on this, him and Christopher do a good job of blending everything together, and then having it kind of hit these different points, because the craziness of Sam, right, the personality and the type of person he is, right, certain things can only go for so long. So what they do is then they take you to this next point, right? And then this next point, and you do go, okay, yeah. So all of that does work well. I'd say it gets a little bit crazy towards the end when we have a certain issue that's going on, and he's refusing certain information. You do kind of think, I don't know, because like, who wouldn't give? Because again, if he knows about pings, he knows how certain things can trip people up and get you in trouble and all of this kind of thing. So we do run afoul of that a couple of times. Like having like the pretense that the character doesn't know a certain thing, right? Because to know something else, it means they'd have to know that thing. You know what I mean? So there is that. But I think we craft it well. Our, characters that appear in the film do complement what this is, right? It does work on that level. And I think, if they say a lot of this was improvised, it looks like there was that comfortability for them to be able to craft these scenes in a way that does work, right? That does make you believe in the scenarios and these incidents and everything like that. And then, why the opinion of Sam is the opinion of Sam, right? And the sentiment within the community and just all of those kind of things, like how it would get to a certain point. You do buy into all of that because, it is cringy. It is very uncomfortable at times, and uncomfortable in the way of, I don't know if I can watch this train wreck, right? Of this person constantly fucking up, right? Just going off the rails to this degree, you know what I mean? So that's all great because they do, give us that character, and I think that was the goal, to give us a character where you're just like, this is difficult to watch, right? This is tough, because boy, this person is living in delusional world, so that's all done well. So the cast do a great job. Just all our other things like the set decoration, the camera work, because we get these weird angles, right? We get these weird angles and shots, but that works when you're considering that we've got this, film crew that's probably not the best, because from, seeing what Sam does, he's not really going to spend all his money on the best, right? When he's looking for an editor, he finds someone because they're good on TikTok, right? He's not picking the best people. That's not where his money is going, right? He's spending money on all these other things. So if he's not picking the best, then we're not going to get like the best angles and focus and all of this kind of stuff. So that all fits into the nature of what this film should be and the experience the viewer should be getting. So all in all, the premiere does a very good job, right? It does a good job of capturing, the implosion of someone's life, to all degrees, right? That's what this is. It is, it's the downfall of Sam, essentially, and it's fun. It is fun and uncomfortable watching it, which does, in turn make you smile, right? It's not laugh out loud, but again, as I said, it makes you smile. That, for me anyway. I'm sure there are people that are laughing out loud, but yeah, it's amusing. It's amusing. So if you enjoyed found footage, the making of the Patterson Project, and other stuff, like obviously you have things like The Office, Spinal Tap, just all of those kind of things. If that's your bag, right, then I think you probably would want to check out the premiere, which is hitting all your favorite VODs from Tuesday the 19th of August. So, yeah, people, if it sounds like it's for you, then, yeah, mark down the date. The 19th of August, the premiere.